it means so much more. Everyone just wants to be together, can play on CRTs and just be and have a good fun, and also get that amazing practice.
Yeah, I mean, shit. We're all looking forward to our hot girl summer, but I think the Smash scene is especially. We have our first match. What do you want to say about this? We are just straight up in there.
Yeah, I mean we've talked about this when we commentated Regen, but we see Trif going Marth, which is really interesting. His Marth can move. We know he also has a Fox. I'm really, really excited to see also what Max will bring as a Sheik, right? It's interesting that Trif opted to go Marth in the Sheik matchup. And so I'm just curious on what he will bring to the table.
Yeah, I mean, as I'm making sure my output is synced here, definitely is Sheik Marth. I think it's the mature Melee player's favorite matchup. Obviously, as Spacey players, we love the Dittos, we love the Spaceys, but when you step outside of Spaceys, this is kind of the Turing test for if you're a real Melee fan or not, because there's just so much to dig in there. I have certain things I'm looking out for. Obviously, when it's not a primary, it's interesting to see the choices. Trif, we've seen Trif secondaries before to, I was going to say various levels of success, but almost not really, because, I mean, it's Trif, right? Like, arguably top 2, top 3 in Europe. And so right now, what we're seeing is maybe not the exact results you'd want to see the first 2 stocks. Max, someone I actually am not too familiar with. I would love to see more of this player and get to know them a bit more, but pretty big lead starting off.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I mean, that's why people are switching to Sheik in this March matchup, right? I think what I love that I'm seeing already is the shield usage, right? Sheik is at a high percent. There's no reason for the Sheik to be scared of a grab. Marth can't get anything from it, so you might as well just spam that move and get as much percent, right? Like right now we're at 39%. There are less moves Marth can crouch cancel out of. Even 51, it's even worse, JD. And we might see Max take possibly not the next stock. Trif takes it, so I guess I was wrong there.
Well, I will just say I think I might be a little ahead of you. I want to keep on top of that. We are commentating online. There's some hurdles to go through, so just putting that out there. This is going to be a learning experience for all of us, but definitely a learning experience for this Marth. Seeing that is not quite the walk in the park maybe expected. We're seeing Max, I think, play pretty safely. One common theme, and we're going to get to this throughout our block, Will. We raised a bunch of questions to just a slew of some of the top players in Europe. We have a ton of amazing insights and different answers from them. And one common theme we're seeing a lot across all the players, when you ask, what are you working on? They're saying, by and large, to be more patient. There are certainly certain specifics in there, little techs that are, to shore up certain matchups as, wow, this is a 3-1 lead. This Marth's just not finding anything. Patience is just one thing that a lot of European players seem to be focusing on as their next step.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And I mean, patience is the name of the game. I feel like in Melee, when you're playing, at first when you start playing, you just kind of want to hit people, right? And then after that, you just don't want to get hit, right? Is the standard Isaiah thing. And then eventually you come back to hitting people is good. That is the entire point of the game. And we're seeing a really good balance of that with Max just kind of going, oh, great snipe to take the last stock right there, JD.
Yeah, I'm loving the down tilts. I think we see a lot of it. Our experience with down tilt, Jmook, as we know, is a very clever use of down tilts to catch in the Fox matchup specifically. But it's one of those hitboxes. Sheik has virtually entirely good moves, and some Sheiks just kind of pull out certain things more than others. So really interesting to see a couple times in a row, just putting little chump checks out there for the Marth recovery, making sure that. Hey, if you're not going to sweet spot it, if you're not going to have the perfect up B, this down tilt will convert virtually every time. And we see some forward tilts in that stock, giving Max another quick lead and now more damage.
Yeah, again, this is a quick lead that we're really looking for. And, wow, second stock already taken. JD, one thing I have to mention here is just like running away with this, going up possibly 2-0 is so big with like such a strong counter pick for Sheik. And then also on top of that, just such solid gameplay, getting the tech chase and just building onto damage, right? Each sequence is leading into something, whether it's to get them out of crouch cancel percent or getting the kill, right? There is a reason, but Tipper by Trif to bring it a little bit closer.
Yeah, I mean, the Tipper doesn't feel that great when it's almost unnecessary, those higher percents. You know, it doesn't feel as good as it could, although here, some trickiness, not capitalizing as much as maybe Trif would like. So I'm definitely interested in where Trif goes, and I haven't been following maybe Trif's stream or Twitter, trying to just be a little more aware of the decision making. Where's this Marth coming from? Obviously, you know, I don't want to doubt a player of his caliber too much, but we're just not seeing the results yet. A bit of a comeback here and a very extended, I don't know if you could call that an edge guard, a string at the minimum. And it's in there. So maybe, hold on just a darn sec.
Yeah, but the thing with Sheik though is people say Sheik's easy to recover, but Sheik, especially at low percents, gets to recover on stage practically free. It's only at the high percents can you just do the you know, cycle dryer, you know, cycle rinse, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Perm press, you know, delicates maybe, you know, if it's a lazy Sunday, who knows?
Well, we're definitely seeing the colors separated from the whites here as Sheik takes the lead again, and I think Trif is finding obviously a bit of flow, especially with that. I mean, holy crap, we definitely don't want to count this Marth out too quick. We are in the last stock. If you would indulge me here, Will, we have some interesting stuff coming out. Trif needs to put something together, finding a forward
there's
smash.
The forward smash.
Yeah.
But again, Sheik recovers. This is exactly what I said can get this bear. Great fade back by Trif. JD, I am clenched right now. Is that going to be it?
Yeah.
And that is it for game 2.
Yoshi's backfiring right there, right at the end.
Right at the end. Kind of floated to the blast zone, right, JD?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, we saw. I mean, I wanted to see a bit of a Marth comeback, and speaking of comeback, we have come back to Yoshi's, but definitely not the type that Trif wanted there. I see a bit of comfort coming out, letting these forward smashes rip is an interesting choice, and really, I think that game came down to Max not quite finding the edge guards that he was in the first game, and Trif kind of taking advantage. So again, there's a lot to look out for here. I'm interested to see if this Marth can pull it out, and I also want to check Twitter because the stakes are so high here. I'm very interested in kind of what is going on, and I do believe Trif is down 2-0.
No, Trif is down 2-0 from what we've seen so far, JD. And the big thing, right, and you mentioned this, is, well, Max takes the first stock, but Trif played that stock really well, takes the second stock, is making a bunch of harder reads, and it's asking the question for me. You know what that question is, JD?
What's that?
Trif, being one of the best players to come out of Europe, right, one of the best current players in Europe, has he postulated the possibilities? Has the calculations been made? And has adaptation, you know, is planned, right? And is that what we're gonna see? It might be a little bit too late, and that's why a 2-0 lead is so crucial, JD. But I'm getting a little worried for Max.
You are. I kind of understand where you're coming from. Certainly by the numbers, still a small lead, and again that down tilt.
Oh, maybe not at all.
Yeah, I mean, if that stock didn't close out, I would definitely hear what you're saying. And again, this is Trif's counter pick. There's certainly a bunch of tricks up his sleeve that could just kill the Sheik, you know, pretty soon. But we're seeing Max kind of reliably get some stray hits here and there, not try to go for any, you know, risky grabs that might have huge punishes, but we see they're just kind of rising there through the platform, is getting a bit of percent. And in this matchup, you mentioned it, the first thing you mentioned, I think, was how leads can kind of escalate. Wow, speaking of escalate, down smash.
Oh my god. Max is just shutting us right up. This has to be like the 5th time Max has just like a big brain play, and it just shut up both of us, right, JD?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about fear for the player in the lead up to
Great couch cancel. Dude, Trif is gonna soon be out of crouch cancel percent. Oh, and the quit out. Wow. God damn it. Wow, what an amazing gameplay from Max. I couldn't even say Trif was staring down the barrel of a 3-0 because we got the 3-0, JD.